Oh man, that was ugly. God damn. Jesus Christ. So Leo takes a loss versus Javante Tank Davis. Good fight. Real good fight. Devastating ending. Absolutely devastating ending. Total destruction. Before we get into that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the videos. Pretty much the fight started out. It's kind of a little bit of jabbing here, a little bit of jabbing there, a little bit of slow movement. Tank said that he didn't really get to warm up in the back. So when he first started to fight, he was a little bit cold, which is cool. A little bit of back and forth, back and forth. But then what started happening is Leo started trying to push the pressure a little bit, but it's getting hit with shots, as far as to the body. Tank was trying to get up top, but Leo was very good at, keeping his upper body, his head pretty much protected for most of the fight, but he left his body open. He pretty much was kind of doing the same thing that Gamboa was doing, but then he was trying to throw shots in between it. He was trying to also counter Tank, and that's kind of the flow he was trying to trying to grow with. And in certain spots, he tried to put the pressure on like he usually does. Pretty much what Tank was doing is he was just, for the most part, just going to the body. He was taking what was pretty much was there for him, which was the body. So he was going to the body. He was trying to catch him with hooks up top, and then trying to catch him with the uppercut. But he was going to the body a lot. I mean, you were seeing this dude get caught with heavy shots to the body, just boom, 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 heavy shots to the body. But then also what he was doing was he was kind of changing up his game plan a little bit. Like one round, he would come in there, kind of jabbing to the body, jabbing up top, trying to hit him with the hooks, but kind of jabbing to the body, trying to slip punches as he always tries to do, but just kept on kind of going to the body, and jabbing, jabbing, jabbing. And he was winning those rounds pretty smoothly. But then what he started doing was, in particular rounds, he chose to kind of just try to, even though Leo was the bigger man, he just started to try to walk Leo down. I guess he figured that, Leo couldn't hurt him with anything. So he would go into with the high guard defense, put the high guard up, and he would just walk towards Leo. Walk towards him, go to the body, go up top. He would trade punches with him. He got caught a couple of times doing it, but he was also catching Leo while he was doing this as well. And then, like the next round, he went back to, kind of jabbing, boxing, moving, showing him basically different looks. He was like kind of showing him different looks in different rounds. Boxing, moving, jabbing, going around the ring. Leo got too close, he would cuff him up, grab him up, push him back off, and then kept doing that. But then, but still kept going to the body. Whenever the body was, available, he would catch him with the body. But then another round would come up, then he would start pushing the pace again. And then pretty much the round before he got knocked, before in the knockout, he pretty much was kind of going to the going to the body again, kind of moving, boxing, but really throwing heavy shots to the body, kind of like Jamel was doing against Rosario. It was almost the same type of thing. Just breaking that body down. Like, yo, if the head's covered, you take what's been given to you. You take what's been given to you. And he actually caught Leo with a check left hook. Leo just caught it. He ate it. He stayed up. He got caught with another shot. Stayed up. He was good. But that last round, Leo got caught up in a corner, right? And this was another round where Tank pretty much had the high guard up, and he was just going straight forward. And he was taking shots too. He was taking shots, but he didn't fear this man's power. So he was like, pretty much, I'm going to put the pressure on him. And basically, caught him in the body a couple of times. Leo this time started to the hands started to go down. Once you keep hitting that body, the hands start to go down. So the hand was down a little bit. Boop, boop. Caught him. Put him out. He got hit. He was out. He was completely out cold, went limp, laid on the floor, was asleep for probably a good 2 to 3 minutes. The only reason I knew he was alive was because he was still breathing. You could see his chest was, and the doctor just kept tapping his chest, kept tapping his chest, trying to wake him up, kept tapping his chest. And then he finally woke up. Devastating knockout. That's some Deontay Wilder-ish. Devastating knockout. Completely put that boy out. And he was victorious. Now he's a champion again at 130 pounds, and it's on to the next. Um, at the end of the fight, pretty much Cenk thanked everybody, thanked the fans for being there, but he wanted to say what's it called? Thank you also to Leo's dad. He wanted to congratulate him due to the fact that he was sick and he was had a hard battle. That a lot of even the doctors didn't think he was going to make it, but he made it. So he said he wants to say what's up to him because that Leo's the real champion of that night because he was able to survive through what he just went through. So shout out to him for that. But Leo's okay. Leo got up. He was breathing. He was talking. He was smiling, and he walked out the ring healthy, and alive. So it seems as if everybody walked out alive. It was a good card. Pretty much it was a knockout in every single fight. Regis Prograis, make weight next time. I'm surprised how people are not making a big deal about that. Everybody wants to make a big deal about Javante Tank Davis, quote, not making weight. Regis Prograis is 1.6 pounds over, the 140-pound limit, and no one's saying anything about that, though. That's interesting. But good fight, a good night of boxing, and it's on to the next. What that next is, I don't know. From what Steven Espinoza was saying, they were talking about he might end up doing a fight on Fox, on regular Fox TV. He might do that, or you've also heard about the possibility of him fighting Ryan Garcia if Ryan Garcia is able to beat Campbell. So that's a possible pay-per-view that could also do. We kind of got to just see, what might end up being available. A fight that I want to see him fight Gary Russell at 130 pounds. That's a fight that I want to see. I think that would be a perfect fight for him. I think that's one of the fights where he's going to be fighting somebody that's extremely skilled. Great movement, great hand skills, veteran, knowledgeable, and only has one loss, which was versus Lomachenko a long time ago, in a very, very close fight. So I think that's the best fight for him for his next fight. And I think it's a fight where he could actually also make that a pay-per-view. And a lot of people would be hyped up about it. And it's a fight where a lot of people would be picking against him. A lot of people would be picking for Gary Russell to win that fight. So that's why I think it would be a good fight. What do I personally think will happen in that fight? I think it'll be a good fight. But I think in the second half, Gary Russell gets put out. That's my opinion on it. I think Gary Russell in the second half of the fight, he gets put out. But great fight. You're basically talking about two masters of the game taking on each other. In a fight where Tank would have issues and problems that he'd have to make adjustments on. And if anybody also is thinking that, oh, look at the shots he was taking, this guy will beat him because of that, and that guy will beat him. Every fight is different. Style makes fight. He fought this guy this particular way because he could. You know what I mean? Because of what this guy was bringing to him and what he was lacking. That's why he fought the way that he did. When he was boxing, if he could have just boxed and moved the way he was and won a 12-round decision, or kept just breaking him down that way and probably taking him out probably around 10 or 11, something like that. He could just kept catching him to the body and turning him to mush. But he chose to put the high guard up and he chose to walk forward. He chose to do that. Just because Floyd Mayweather got caught with shots in the Cotto fight because he decided to push the pace doesn't mean that another fighter is going to be able to catch him like that. It's not going to happen. This kid is very capable of boxing from the jabbing. He has a very long reach. He's very, very capable of jabbing, slipping punches, and just boxing people. He can do that too. All depending on what you bring to the table. If you come with a high guard and you fight with a high guard like that, and you're leaving yourself open, and he doesn't believe that you have the punch that can hurt him, he's going to push the pace and get you out of there. And that's what he did. So don't make the assumption that, just like Katana, we saw, Teofimo, have, quote, issues against Katana. So that means that, he's going to lose the next fight. He wins that by knockout, I think, in the first round, becomes an IBF champion. Katana, because of Katana, Lomachenko's going to get him. What happens in that fight? Lomachenko gets boxed out for 12 rounds. Style makes fights, and every fight is different. And just because somebody chooses to fight a certain way in one particular fight doesn't mean it'll be the same in another. But congratulations to Tank. On to the next. For now, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.